I think this draft, whereas last time I was unsure because I came in biased from the first game, and you were like, well, I at least felt drafted, heroes, right? So it was better. This time I do think it's favored for 5RATFORCESTAFF.
I agree. I'm not convinced by the DP. Why would they go for it? Perhaps they were concerned with their lack of push?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking as well. Their lack of push. They also were thinking of what we were thinking with like having a face check that's not as effective by the attack, sorry. And DP is decent at that. She's also, like, if she gets dueled, but she gets Spirit Siphon before the duel, she probably won't die, right? Yeah, but Legion is a decent Spirit Siphon target, and it's undispellable. So, there are some points to it. It also might just be Soldier's pool of heroes. It suits this better.
I think it's a pretty strong shard game as well for the DP. That is, if you can live for 4 seconds to actually trigger the fear. But I think it's incredibly powerful versus anyone, but especially a TA, because being able to apply a status effect, even if you don't get through the refraction, is honestly just as valuable as getting through refraction. So I think that's always really nice. But again, the question is whether she'll live long enough to actually apply the debuff.
The one thing I'll say is that I was talking about Legion being the consistent laner, which Mars also fulfills in the offlane, and you do win or at least tie most matchups. Sniper is not one of them, so at least they have that point going to them. Like once again, Felt's lanes look pretty strong. Though Axe Weaver not as strong as Axe Mirana, still okay. However, Overloam is making sure it looks stronger because he is going to die. He might take a bounty though. As a result, go Shikuchi for the bounty. No, Overloam took it. He took both bounties. I actually think that's worth.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you, especially because, well, actually, I don't know. I was going to say because they didn't give First Blood to a core, but I feel like giving First Blood to a Weaver who almost has an Urna line already might be just a bit worse. It is more gold for your team, though, because of the bounty, so maybe there's a point.
Look, I'm a man of numbers, right? I see more gold than one team. I think that team won the engagement. It's that simple. I don't think Dota's a complex game at all. I don't think people will like to overcomplicate it.
I just think
Earn. Who cares? They have more gold.
Earn go Burr this game, and I think he's going to have lots of charges early on. It's not that great of a Vessel game. It always sucks wanting to be a Vessel carrier when there's like a casual dispel on the enemy team, because it's such an expensive item, and they just press one button and they get rid of it. So that is potentially a problem. But a fast Earn here is going to do a lot for the early momentum for Wake Me Up, as he's going to have to salve up here. Pardon me, salve up.
Yeah, as you course through the MMRs, right? You learn the Earn Vessel interaction with these heroes. Right? Begot, he might die here. Double shrapnel committed. No, they're not at the range. Yeah. So when you're low MMR, you always build Earn and Vessel because you're like, this is the build, right? You do it. Then when you reach maybe 3K, you start realizing, they have the spells. Maybe I shouldn't build it every game. Then afterwards, well, but it stops healing. It's good against press the attack. That's 4 or 5K. And then as you reach 7K, you're like,
Whoever's dead. He's gonna live. Nice job there with the Shadowrun projectile. That was a bit of a misplay by Comfort. He was just
I was very surprised he died there, to be honest. I wasn't expecting that at all.
He is gonna. Oh no! He killed the beetle as soon as Battle Hunger was applied, so he's going to live. Oh, Wake Me Up! No. Okay, good. He didn't go down that far. Okay.
That was almost the brain sap bait that every Bane wishes for.
Yeah.
At least once in their competitive career.
Still think it's a good Earn game though. I mean, just go for the simple Earn. It gives so much momentum to Weaver. Because he's got that problem where it's like, well, if you don't go Earn, what do you build on this hero? Drums?
No, I agree. I think Medallion.
Oh, yeah, true, Medallion. Yeah, that's...
Because Earn gives you the mana, right, as well, which is very valuable.
That's a good point.
No, yeah, I was making jokes. I think Earn is always useful. I don't think Vessel's always useful,
No, I completely agree. I have that problem because I just basically play one hero and then ranked and go Earn.
Well, here's Witch Doctor.
Yes, you can name him. Got a full
He's a dirty Witch Doctor player.
PhD.
Any of you people that play, the big offlaners, he is the bane of your existence.
Oh, it's great. Pick more bristlebacks into me, please.
No, don't pick bristleback in general. Especially not often. Overlong? He got hit by the Swarm. Yes. Oh, he went Swarm level 2 as well. Okay, so they're really trying to use the axe here. Yeah, there we go. So Overlong is going to die. Zor could be in trouble. However, Gangs Italiano going forward, open to kill him off. But instead, he's just going to take extra damage, honestly. When you go Swarm, you're forced to commit the offlaner more, right? So, as opposed to just you attacking. So when you go Swarm, Zor might be in more trouble, and that's what Italiano's identifying.
Oh, no. He kind of, I think, misjudged this a little bit. Italiano, I think he lives here, but he doesn't have
Yeah, he has
any
meld.
regen. Is there a salve? There's a salve on Bane. But this is going to... Bane will be fine. He's a Bane. Okay, not
So
bad.
I'm presuming he saw the Fairy Fire on the Weaver. I think that's the right play, though. Oh, that was a good, almost good Battle Hunger. Like, if you see a Storm level 2, you gotta punish the axe a bit more. He's a low armor hero. He is gonna have to go in between to actually utilize the minus armor. Otherwise, it's pointless. Gemini attack is more damage overall. So, I think that was the right way to play the lane. At least from a conceptual standpoint.
Yeah, and if we compare this last time to the safe lane TA who got bullied pretty hard, this time Bane is doing a good job of soaking a lot of that damage and soaking a lot of the harassment, I should say, and damage here. Oh my goodness, wake me up. He's going to be able to live on a hair of HP, but as will Overlom. And Zor, he almost doesn't make it out. That was a neutral deny. I don't know if that was on purpose. I'm going to assume it was. I assume pros don't just walk into camps like that. Steel Borko might be in some trouble top lane. Zor's going to die down bottom. Looks like just simple brain sap got him.
I think Comfort. Well, no, he has no point to take aim, right? So he doesn't have the battery of damage. There we go. We finally got the single point, and B-God will die immediately to it. He is maxing Shrapnel, though, for just to dominate the lane against this Legion.
Italiano off to a good start, though. Is going to have boots on the way now. As this pull is going to be interrupted. Okay, pretty big call. That'll at least clear refraction, but it's not super long duration call with level 1.
That's Sonic Wave. Yeah, so just to be careful. Sonic Wave, and he dies. They didn't want to commit it, though. He was dead there.
Yeah, using the blink defensively instead. Soldier is still ticking away.
Yeah, I think they could have forced that. I mean, he was trying to blink the Spirit Siphon to not let the Soldier heal. He had Fairy Fire, so maybe that's why he was a bit afraid, right? He couldn't do the math quickly enough in his head, but he had to kill it.
Oh, at the very least, it's going to be first use of the Exo. Not so much wasted, but doesn't really get too much out of it. Kind of even preempted the wagon. Pardon me. Let's say... Good start, though, overall, for the 5RATFORCESTAFF. Especially because now Quap can, rotate to a side lane pretty freely without fear of losing her tower immediately. B-God is going to be okay.
For having a Treant on your team, they didn't really abuse this minute rune. Usually Treant weakens that because obviously he can't rotate, but we didn't really see a kind of rotation. I guess Overlom now, he went to the triangle to steal the bounty rune. Okay, that's good. That's taking advantage of Treant, who's a very static support. You gotta try to do something either in the mid lane or take the bounty runes like Overlom just did, because you knew that Weaver was not going to be there, because Weaver had to contest the runes in the mid lane. Otherwise, Nico loses that lane.
Yeah, and Weaver's been forced to buy a lot of regen as well, so still doesn't have this urn online. Has,
oh, really?
Yeah, has had the components for a long time, basically, especially since the Weaver got first blood, but yeah, has not been going so well here for the Ant. How do you say ants again in Spanish? I know spider is araña. I'm forgetting ant.
Hormiga.
Ah, that's right. That's why you always say she when the Weaver.
Or ortilla, depending on what kind of ant you're talking about.
Ah, true. Yeah, I know. I knew the second one. I knew the second one. Diano.
Gangstar.
Oh, nice job there. Getting rid of the Swarm Beetle. That'll leave it safe and sound. Full power treads into a very standard safe lane TA build. B-God getting ran down by a tree. You got doing a pretty decent job, though, making space top lane. With the exception of the one death early, Comfort has been doing pretty decently in this top lane. 42 and 11 to the 27 and 2 of the LC. Kind of how this lane should have been played out, though, of course, or the outcome that we were expecting.
Yeah. I mean, no, I think we should be too sad about it. I actually think I should be a bit sadder about this lane. I was betting a bit better, especially considering last game's performance. Italiano once again being harassed. He just lost refraction, but he wanted to bait that out because he still has the damage from refraction, and Zor should die. Try to deny him, but not in time. Shadow Strike ticked a bit too fast. Only level 2. That was good enough. Good rotation there, and a very good bait by Italiano because he knew that obviously once you get the refraction out, damage is going to be aggressive against you, but they underestimated his damage. Steel Porco, meanwhile, fighting against B-God, who has double damage, but here comes Solji, and double damage is nice, but not nice enough to deal with a level 8 DP.
This really sucks, dude. Solji didn't get anything out from, like, the past 2 minutes. Right now, Solji has Exo back up, but Nico's right back to the mid lane, still holding on to Sonic Wave, so they still have kill threat here. Solji doesn't even get the power rune, and now might even just die. In fact, I believe she's just dead here.
Yep, they're waiting for the TP to start Sonic Wave. There you go. Maybe the TP shouldn't have completed. However, Spirit Siphon.
No.
Okay. Never mind. Spoke too soon. The 3-man Spirit Siphon, none of them disjointed it. And, I mean, they have a fair amount of HP, especially the Bane. I'm surprised the 2 range supports didn't try to disjoint the Spirit Siphon sooner.
Yeah, it's pretty huge. Lived on a hair of HP there. Everything coming in handy. Everything coming in clutch there, including this only level 1 over, living armor, pardon me. 2 points in the Leech Seed here for the Train Protector, playing a very aggressive tree.
Did the Blade just try to snipe the Bane as well? He just came down to the middle lane. It's like, I need an urn charge. My team is not getting it for me. I'm going to have to find it myself.
He's been scanned. Might be in some trouble if he can't net. Well, he's just dead.
No, he's dead.
Yeah.
Hey, Mango. They know where he is, though. Sentry.
Brambles. Nice Brambles.
Went over. Scream of Pain. Nice.
Very good. X, very similar to last game. Phase boots first. Call is going to find here Italiano. But a Nightmare here to immediately put him to bed. Oh, Zor. You should be fine. There is a DP rotating over from the triangle. 5RATFORCESTAFF will stop the pursuit here, well short of that high ground.
Almost completed the Dragon Lance. At least we'll start. A small bump for Iliano. As Comfort has finished up his Mask of Madness. I wonder what the build...
Italiano is in trouble. Oh, just has enough mana there. Good shred swap there. Actually baited the Axe under tower a bit, but perhaps this is still a kill. It is. The dunk.
Yeah.
I forgot TA has like
just dive.
TA has like no HP.
Yep. Once again, that's the phase boots, right? Compared to the Vanguard. Actually just barely catching up to the TA. Really well done. Nico, though, he's going for comfort here.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's going to be safe and sound for now underneath this tier 2 tower, but he's going to very quickly leave the Recluse, that is the tier 2. DP is going to walk on by. Nico's got now an isolated sniper farming a stack. Oh, and he's got Sonic Wave ready to go as well, Labo. He's going to absolutely ruin his day. A little bit of healing, but it's not going to be enough. And once again, Red 2 gets to hold on to the Sonic Wave here yet again.
I think that's really well done. They needed this kill desperately. Weaver's like, I'll hit you. Get out of my lawn. Anyway, that kill was very necessary. They stopped Comfort from being too impactful. They can concentrate solely on the DP, who's gotten a couple of freebies, I'm not gonna lie. I think there's a couple of times once she got away with her life, which she didn't really need to. The second time they kind of messed up a little bit in positioning, and she got away with her life again. And kills.
Down bottom.
Yeah. And they now get Zor, so they're dealing with everyone but the DP. She's a bit too scary. She comes in, they're like, just retreat, go back home. And Iliano will be the one taking the most damage out of the exorcism, but thanks to the Nightmare, they can all get away.
Yeah, TA
Good job by
Trap,
Overlord.
super punishing as well. A percentage-based slow versus a percentage-based move speed buff on the Exo. Just slow Soldier to a crawl. And they get the Train Protector as well, top lane. That was a dual victory, not to mention. Armlet fully online for Tingle King. Surprised how much action Tingle King is now finding here, but back down to bottom as they still are fighting Soldier in a lot of trouble. Sonic Wave is going to actually pick up 2 kills here. Ooh. Sorry, just 1 onto the DP. That was Overlump dying elsewhere.
Still a big deal, though. They needed that to kill on the DP. Meanwhile, Tingle King, by the way, has been just kind of missing for a while from these fights and has Armlet, which he used to take the tower earlier, of course, and now is threatening the mid lane tower. I love this build on the Armlet on Legion Commander. I think it's the right build almost every game these days. And you put so much pressure because your body is huge right now. This Legion is buff.
Now, Treant, only level 2 living armor here. Of course, that second point in Leech Seed, I wonder if he's starting to regret that now. It did buy space for Sniper, at least in the lane. It's not going to do a whole lot here to keep these towers alive, especially as Tingle King with the Armlet in tow looks to apply some more damage. There is a Fiend's Grip here available in 30 seconds, but right now they're without the 2 big ultis, no Sonic Wave, and no Fiend's Grip.
Tingle King. Hit him with a Spirit Siphon. There's the potential Overgrowth. Terrorize. Oh, they stopped the Overgrowth with a Nightmare. Overlum. He uses the Terrorize to get away. Well done, Overlum. Really risked himself there, but the 2 supports allowed the team to retreat, and they're giving a lot of space to Italiano.
Exactly.
So he's going to be able to get desolated.
Exactly. Comfort shows up to the defense there. DP and Axe actually still farming elsewhere, so, you know, it's not like all 5 heroes from Felt are kind of wasting their time, but maybe a little bit of time wasted out from the Sniper. which is significant because he is just barely kind of neck and neck in terms of leading for net worth. Careful though, there's a smoke coming his way. Overlom's got like no HP to play with, but does have a Fiend script ready to go, and Sniper is going to run right into this gank. Down he goes. Yep. Pretty easy kill.
Goodbye to Comfort. Relatively easily. And that's the second time they get Comfort without much of an effort.
Yeah.
Solji, why is he leading this? Is he really that strong? From behind, the Queen of Pink comes by. He's used 2 Spirit Siphon charges. Third one.
Sonic Wave is ready.
They have the Exorcism. They have Duel as well. Tingle King, though, needs to play really smartly with his armlet. There's the Magic Wand instead. No toggling, just fighting head-on. He will lose that fight. Overlom, meanwhile, fighting his own fight against Steel Borko. Zor is joining, however, with the face boots. He's quite fast. He's trying to get the Battle Hunger off, but I think Overlom can get away.
Oh, no, that's disastrous. Really well played there by Bane.
Is he gonna Sonic Wave? No, he didn't try to. He doesn't know what Wake Me Up is, though. Worth a Sonic Wave?
Okay.
I guess it is.
Couldn't outrun that one, you squishy ant. So you ever try yelling at the ants, Avo?
What, when they come into my room?
Yeah. All
the time. Have you not heard my blood-curdling scream every time I find a new one?
Tia, sakate!
Exactly, yeah.
If only we were casting SA, I think more people would have gotten that joke with a wordplay.
Yeah. That's only a joke that someone that speaks both Spanish and English will understand.
Oh,
shout out to all my Chicano brothers.
Yeah, how's it going? Alrighty, well, the game continues. I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest. Felt still holding on to this Tier 1 tower. No Fiend's Grip again, no Sonic Wave, but we're also playing without an Exo. Again, this Living Armor, now up to level 3, is so far successfully defending the Tier 1 tower. The Wagon, though, is going to be brought in. Currently locked in battle with another enemy Wagon, and now it's going to get distracted and go for the tower instead. Okay, Axe Call, though. Blink Dagger reveal. It's a big one here. Nightwing, pardon me. Tingle King in trouble. Will be taken down. Nothing the Terrorize can do to save him.
I don't know where you got that name from, but I liked it. The Terrorize, maybe you should apply to VP. Ask him for a new name change. The Terrorize have been really clutch, right? He got constantly good. Tingle King may be playing a bit too aggressively, but it's justified. I think it's his team calling him to do this. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think it's him.
Yeah.
Judging by how his team is nearby, right? It doesn't seem like it's a solo call. And maybe you just gotta die as an offlaner sometimes. It's okay. As a Legion commander, you don't really need duel damage. The first duel doesn't really matter. It's really once you get the second duel, you start to scale up, right? So right now, your only role is to tank up, use your body to try to get objectives, and then afterwards, ideally, with your Blink Dagger up, you're capable of actually getting the duels you're looking for.
Exactly. That's kind of an issue, though, that right now I see for 5RATFORCESTAFF is the LC is currently fulfilling the frontliner position, which is fine. I think with Armlet especially, that's your designated role. But it doesn't really seem like anyone, especially without Sonic Wave and Fiend's Grip specifically, they don't really want to follow up and be that initiation. Okay, once again, Comfort just walking into the gank, though, is really making it easy for them. They will be interrupted at least this time around, but Sonic Wave securing the kill. A good silence follow-up. The dunk onto 1, the dunk onto 2 for Zor, and Bigot might just be next. The Yule Scepter is going to be used to cancel the TP away. No third dunk necessary. So this time around, it's going to be Felt who will be able to punish quite heavily the Triangle Excursion.
So this DP is having so much more impact than we expected it to be honest. The Exorcism, I mean, I think they're fighting really haphazardly into the DP, constantly into the Spirit Siphon range, constantly into Exorcism as well, not really playing around that ultimate. Axe makes it difficult, of course, because you have to be wary of the Exorcism only half the time, but Berserker's Call is always on, so there's never a moment where you can de-stress and just play the game as greedily as possible. They're also struggling a lot to take this tier 1 mid, mainly due to Trim Protector there. Good job, Steel Borko. You heal towers. And obviously, Italiano not being online has cost them dearly because they lack the burst damage. Italiano's the main source of burst damage they have.
Yeah, and I think what's the biggest unknown for me right now is we have two heroes that we haven't really seen a whole lot of action out from that are both just farming up a storm, right? Comfort, that's the third time he's been smoked upon and has died. At least this time the team gets a lot out from it. But we also have kind of been missing the TA, who's also been farming up a storm. Has now the Dragonlance, Treads, and the Desolator, but without Blink Dagger, I think she still ends up losing these duels to Sniper. Sniper, who, by the way, I think has What are you building here, Sniper? BKB? I don't know. His courier's just chilling right there. Look at this man. He's so freaked out now. He's like, I have to have my courier here, always watching to make sure that there's not a ward on this high ground. But he is going to be going for a Desolator himself on the Sniper. So almost equal builds here from the TA and Sniper. Mask of Madness being the differentiating item here.
Yeah, Desolator's surprise. But I guess, you know, more burst damage, you really are going in full into the pew-pew build where you take aim, Mask of Madness, and you just kill everything in sight. Sure. A TA might struggle against that. I mean, once Sniper gets to level 20, which when he gets the knockback distance headshot, I actually think that makes TA's game really, really difficult. So they might just be waiting for that timing as well. Like, they play on DP for now, Sniper gathers his items, and then once that level 20 is, they feel really comfortable to just walk it anywhere, especially with the Axe.
Dire are scanning.
This Sniper attack range is pretty gross as well with Dragon Lance and the casual Grove Bow. Who have they caught here? The Weaver. Okay. No Fiend's Grip necessary. No ultis necessary other than Terrorize. So not bad. And Bedlam, I suppose. Terrorize.
Yeah, it's okay, because Weaver's supposed to do this, right? As a Weaver 4, you're supposed to cut lanes and go to the dead lane and play super aggressively. It's no big deal if you die a bunch of times. Because usually in a Weaver game, or not usually, sometimes when you pick Weaver, Ags is great, right? And Ags is the king of all things, and you want to rush it as much as possible. This game, not so much, right? If Sniper's dying because they caught up to him, most likely he's going to die whether you save with Ags or not. Especially if they get through the living armor. So I think that the role the Weaver can play here is much more sacrificial, much more giving vision, and allowing Steel Borko to get more items, because he can have a lot of impact this game simply with the whole locket build that he's going for. A mech wouldn't even be that bad, like even a Greaves. The option of Solar Crest, for example, for Sniper is great. You have a lot of good utility.
I agree with your Ags point on the Weaver in regards to Sniper, but I think it would still be nice to go Ags after Lotus for DP.
For DP?
Yeah.
Right.
I think she's having like a lot of impact here. And unlike Sniper, who, you know, one of the components of this Weaver shard, the time lapse, is it moves you, right? Usually. For Sniper, it might not,
Slightly.
right? Because he's not a very mobile hero. Anyway, he kind of waddles around. DP pretty fast, and maybe that displacement could actually end up being a net positive for her as well on that time lapse. For Sniper, it might not even help him at all. There's the Blink Duel, though, and that is a very dead DP. Counter-initiation is coming, but it might not be good enough here. Azor is just going to end up dying. An immediate Fiend's Grip. Blink Dagger in. 4 people here caught by the Overgrowth. Can they get any kills? Sniper pumping in the damage. Comfort's got 2, as they will still continue to hold on to this high ground. I'm sorry to make that the Tier 1 tower. TD Rune active. Plenty of voice lines out from Felt as they're feeling themselves, and they actually get a kill onto the TA. Okay.
That better retreat line was perfect. It was like so on point by Zor. I don't know if he's communicating with his team through lines there. What I liked, or I like that Felt is understanding the difficulties in their team fight, because if you notice, Weaver's actually not going for that, he's going for Lotus Orb instead. And what this means is I don't need the healing necessarily, I just need a way to cancel Fiend's Grip, right? Yes, obviously the duel will still be a problem, but this will cancel Fiend's Grip, and that was a big point in this team fight. Otherwise, they would have only lost a single hero. And they still managed to kill the enemy carry, so they're pretty happy with this.
Oh yeah, huge
Comfort with Dezo. That's going to be a good Roche.
I thought Steel Borko had Blink, he just walks in there.
Yeah, that's true. They have time lapse though on Wake Me Up. Avoid the brambles. Good job, Perseus. And
Paul finds Bane. Terrorize missed the Sniper.
Good.
TA
He has Nightmare.
is alive.
That's not gonna help.
Everyone's back now, but the Bane, who has just died yet again.
Quap is low on mana as well. I don't know if you want to initiate necessarily. Nope, Quap is just suffering the wrath of the Sniper. Berserker's Call on top of that. Actually gets 2. That's gonna be 2 dead, but Comfort dies as a result because Single King comes in.
Italiano is here as
with
well.
Italiano. Yeah, and they can steal the Roche here. They can steal the Roche. Who's going to get it? It's going to be snatched by Italiano, but the Roche last hit was taken by the Weaver. Zor re-engages together with Spirit Sight and Exorcism. They're going to kill 2, but in exchange, they do lose Zor in the process. Nico fighting this DP to the death. There's the Yule Scepter. They have a silence. They do not, so they don't have enough damage to bring down Nico. In fact, the Bane's coming back in. He has a Nightmare, but no Fiend's Grip. There's no way to set up this kill against Solji just yet. Italiano's joining. Nico did buy back for this. Yeah, at least he didn't get punished for that. I don't know who won that.
I'll tell you who lost is Steel Borko. I don't know what he did to Roche, but Roche was like not having it. He just walked out. I mean, this poor guy runs to the back of the pit, and Roche says, absolutely not. That's where I like to sit. Great jump in here by TA and Queen of Pain. Make that the LC. Immediately jumping the sniper, acknowledging that he has actually been the problem in these last couple of fights. But you see poor Burkle, like, what the heck, man? Chill out, Roche. That was so unnecessary.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt bad for Still Borko in that fight. I also felt like it was just whoever initiated would just get the kill, right? It didn't really matter. There was no winning that fight. It was just jump, murder, jump, murder. Sniper did the same thing earlier. Then they did the same thing with Italiano. And I feel to a degree that's going to be the representative of this game. Look at this. Dingo King actually just jumped on the tier 1, and they will be able to kill Sniper here. Not in dual range, but it doesn't really matter. They kill him off easily. Comfort's down. Still Borko might be the next target. Bigot's really committing for Borko. There they go. Bedlam. He will die as a result, most likely. Yep. Maybe not. Swarm. Has our arm on the second. Bigot, you're really far from your team. TP in 9. Okay. TP in 9 will do nothing.
Yeah, but in the river, Zor's going to be able to snipe away that DD rune. Pretty clutch, actually. Don't want that into the hands of the Templar Assassin. But nice jumps out from Tingle King here a second time around. Overgrowth still not going to be enough to save his ally. Overgrowth, living armor, even the locket heal. Not enough. And this is... Okay, we don't yet have the additional healing on... oh, no, we do. There's the plus 36 healing. Yeah, man, Sniper, made out of paper. Every single time he moves, you know, he ends up breaking something. Going for Lincoln Sphere now and says, maybe I will not finish up this Daedalus, or perhaps Silver Edge, but probably Daedalus, and is just going to chill with the casual Crystallis. No, he's going to go back for Silver Edge. He says, you know what, screw it. Yeah. Can't duel me if I'm in this.
Yeah, Comfort has realized there is no place in this map where I am safe because they will dive as hard as they need to kill me. So the only option that he's got is, you said be invis. Yeah. Invisibility and invincibility sound scarily similar.
You know, they do, and if you're dyslexic, you know, maybe they are the same. Who knows? But I'll tell you what, how many times have we seen... Okay, hold that thought. They're going to kill a tree real quick. Needs a one lucky proc here, and we'll get it. And that might actually be the tower. I was about to say, 5RATFORCESTAFF have gone now for this tier 1 tower maybe 5 or 6 times, and it's still, you know, every single time they come back, it's got more HP. Finally, they've taken down the Treant Protector. There's a Fortify, so they will be delayed by a few more seconds, but soon, Albo, they will have the glorious release of the Endorphins that is destroying the tier 1 tower at 25 minutes into the game.
Honestly, less feels as good as destroying a tower against a Treant Protector. You know, there are not many things that compare to that feeling of just, like you said, the release. It's not it's more of a satisfaction thing, right? Yep. It's like when you pop a Zit or something like that. That's what it feels.
I absolutely love, by the way, how the ghosts will just hug the outpost. They just like run into it. It's adorable, those little derpy ghosts. You're not doing anything there. Axe caught in the river is killed off. It's going to be now...
It's because they go to any buildings, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. But even when you...
Because the outpost is HP,
yeah,
you see?
I know. But even when you control the outpost, it still goes to them. I think what else? If you have, like, controlled units, they also attack the outpost. It's adorable.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Silly things.
Because they have the HP, so it makes sense, right? I always wondered if, like, if you pick the... I wish it was a hero that could destroy the outpost. It'd just be like, I'm done with this mechanic in the game.
Get rid of the shrines. There's the press the attack shard in case you haven't noticed it. Might be enough to get Overlom out of a difficult spot. There's a ward here. That's going to be dewarded now by Steel Borko. So 5RATFORCESTAFF continuing to just look for evasive maneuvers. Plenty of healing for Bane, though. It's going to top him up. And
first time we've seen him assassinate this game, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think he's had to use it a lot at all. He's just been damaging from afar.
He hasn't.
Usually since they dive him, he's always in range to attack.
It's true, and he actually didn't even skill it until at least level 12. He was just maxing all of his other abilities.
I think that's the right way to play, honestly. Why do you need it, right?
I agree.
And pubs is only useful to steal kills when you're playing carry
Yeah,
sniper.
Definitely. Yeah, I've got a friend who will just max assassinate. He rushes first item max, and then he just doesn't use the bloody spell. I don't understand it. So yeah, I would much rather prefer to see this. Just don't take it. Don't buy ags. Go for your BKB. Play a very smart.
I mean, if you're carry sniper, you're buying ags. You're troll.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
I'm sorry, you're trolling. You need some. Unless you have like a TA mate or something. It still wouldn't justify it though.
No, it's bad.
And so
It's bad.
Soldier's going to be going for a Shivas himself, or it looks like it, judging by the plate mail. That's going to help a lot against... That's a way to deal with the press attack healing without having to actually, without being dispelled.
Okay, there's
the aura.
smoke play by 5RATFORCESTAFF, but they're not really sure where they should be going. A bit unfortunate, because it was a bit too early for Roche, a bit too aggressive to go diving on your tier 2s when Felt were playing super defensively. And the last time they went to the triangle, it wasn't successful. So the very first smoke for 5RATFORCESTAFF, that doesn't at least find them a kill. But it does at least get them vision for Roche, and they're going to be set up very nicely in the jungle here of Felt. Single King up to 100 damage, a nice even number, but he's going to want more. BKB is going to allow him to get off these duels with some level of consistency as well. He's scouted though underneath this ward. Orko, not going to give chase, threatening. Tumbler's Toy as well, might be enough to get in range for a game-changing overgrow. Duel, however, has found the DP. She's in trouble. Not a whole lot of damage being dealt, though. Terrorized, feared, and on the run. She is going to make it out. Overgrowth as well is going to prevent TA from going any further, but the backline's currently being cut as Comfort is going to live through the assault that came from the Queen of Pain. TP canceled by the Assassinate. Nico at least gets another blink off. Zor giving chase just shy here, but still continuing to find Nico. Gets another blink off. Can she escape? It looks like yes. E-Blade, by the way, as well on this Queen of Pain.
It's wild. They used everything on Comfort. He still survived. It was like, yes, I did it. I have reached that threshold where I can survive a Queen of Pain jump. Not quite Legion jump just yet, but Queen of Pain. That's a start for Comfort. No need for Concussive Grenade just yet. He's still considering the BKB, though, so this doesn't have to happen again. He doesn't have to consider these things anymore. We do have a Lotus now on the Weaver. I'm not going to help him against Duel, however. And is he going to die? Yeah, the damage is enough. He's going to die in the middle of Duel. Of course, this will be a buyback with time lapse.
He's in there.
That's not where my phrase was going, but that's what happened. Tingle King tried to fight Zor to the death and almost killed him. But does end up being killed first.
Yeah.
I don't think that buyback was necessary.
No, it wasn't. But it was cool, and he got the kill, so, swag.
Sure.
And, you know, if Roche is up now, and guess what it is, and, maybe if you get a lucky DD rune, which spawns bottom, and you have vision of, potentially you can utilize the Swarm Beetles and the additional push here from Weaver to set up for a pretty fast Roche. Is seemingly the game plan now. Tingle King down for 45 more seconds. This DD rune, it's just out of vision. It looks like actually for Felt would be kind of a game changer for them if they could actually get it. But it looks like it's going to go unscouted here for at least another minute, as they will commit for this top tier 1 push. Oh, and TA is going to be the one to find it. No, she doesn't go exploring for that bottom rune.
Wake me up.
Nico.
Nico. There's a swarm. Nico gets away. We're good. We're good.
Roche up here in
but
5 seconds.
5RATFORCESTAFF, they just want to find an opening here. It's been very awkward for a while. They want to rush the Sniper as much as possible, right? And Sniper is putting himself in a position here that could be somewhat rushed, but they're being more and more careful as the game progresses. DP is also turning into an actual tank now.
Yeah.
Oh. Nightmare though, and they kill the tank. There's a Lotus Orb. That's a double duel here. That's not going to help him out. However, Fiend's Grip. Yeah, Fiend's Grip will, and that's going to catch Zor. They're going to kill Solji as well. Steel Borko dies as a collateral here, but Comfort, just from the comfort of his own trees, kills off 2 heroes. And but the third one's coming through is B-God. He did miss the last hit. Italian Gangstar fighting to the death here. Comfort, root it down. They actually can kill him. Nico, even E-Blades wake me up so he doesn't die himself, and now they have an opportunity to kill this Weaver. Nightmare will save him from some damage, but that's okay. They're praying the meld, and he's going to be rudely awakened with a stun, with some brambles. He's actually stuck here now, and Wake Me Up will fall. Good E-play by Nico. That was on point. And they actually win that team fight here.
Yeah.
The patience paid off. They managed to kill off the Sniper, and that was game. That's all you need to do.
They need to use... I mean, Lotus Reflecting Duel, of course, isn't going to do anything but double the ante. They just have to save it for Fiend's Grip. They've got no other choice here. A big difference once again in these team fights where Axe makes these incredible jumps in, but he's just immediately gripped and no save is going to come through. Die back there on the Weaver. Sniper, again, getting a little bit unlucky there, does miss that last hit, but would really change the outcome of this fight as Nico and Italiano will make very quick work of the second Roche. I think that's Sonic Boom now for Nico. Indeed it is.
Yep. Nice. Always useful. It's one of the best shards, honestly. At first, very underappreciated, and then as time went on, right, people started realizing how strong the silence is. And I really want to point out, by the way, for Italiano, his build is more reminiscent of like a TA mid build, honestly, without the much mobility as he went for Hurricane Pike and Blink Dagger. But this game against Sniper has been doing absolute wonders.
Oh, yeah.
He's biding his time. He's only going for the Sniper. That's really his role there. And he allows his team to deal with pretty much the rest. Obviously, he'll catch DP or Axe because they're forced to frontline a bit more aggressively just to create more distance between them and the Sniper. That's a good idea from them, but they're punishing that well with the Fiend's Grip and the Duel. And that Lotus Orb, while it cancels the Fiend's Grip, does not really cancel the Duel. And at that point, you got to consider, was Linkage maybe a better option?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well, right? I mean, it's a classic item anyway.
It's a 900 gold difference, right, between the two?
Yeah, and the problem is as well that Curse Crown is very weird the way it works. Even if you dispel it, it just applies the stun, or it tries to. And normally that's not a problem because you dispel the stun, I believe. But it is a problem when you have Shard because it is going to spawn those brambles around you. We saw that in that last fight. Here's another fight breaking out.
They're going to actually duel the DP once again. She has BKB this time, though, so they don't have as much damage. Sonic Wave will still hit her. The duel is not going to be too successful just yet. And the Overgrowth did stop him. And in fact, 5RATFORCESTAFF is going to retreat. Italiano, once again, biding his time, running in the backlines. But this time it's not to jump the Sniper, but rather to retreat in time.
Yep, Nico may be in some trouble.
Maybe not the time to farm. Okay, he should be fine here, right? He has TP. Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, successful engagement this time around from Feltz. They do use their ultis. Perhaps a little bit more cooldown dependence. I would say really 5RATFORCESTAFF just a little bit restricted by their BKBs, but that was Overgrowth. This is Exo used as well in this team fight. We hold on to Fiend's Grip as well because Bane just didn't really find a good opportunity to use it in that engagement. The question is, what is the price that 5RATFORCESTAFF have to pay for this engagement? So far, it looks like a Tier 2 and a Tier 3. Will it be Elena Barracks, though? Ooh, Feltz are going to look to push it.
I mean, they can take advantage of this. I wouldn't even say opportunity, right? It's just two supports dead, but the push they have, there they go, the dive, right into the Sniper. Can they kill him in time? Lotus Orb did not help him there. That's Comfort dead, and that's your damage source down. They should be able to survive this now. Teleno still has that Aegis in his possession. However, the DP mans up, takes the reins. It's going to be Solji who's leading this charge now. Nico does clear Steel Borko and Zor, and that forces Solji back home. That was enough of a warning shot. Goodbye.
Yeah, really nice Sonic boom there into the Sonic Wave. Picks up a couple of heroes. Yeah, just felt, again, going a bit too far, right? Definitely feeling like they needed something a little bit more out of that. Because, again, they used everything they had in that fight. Short of buybacks, I suppose, right, would be like that last resource to be expended. But it was a good fight for them. They get Aegis out, but now they're going to be dealing with a TA with this +8 refraction charge talent at 25. Nico very quickly closing in on his own level 25. And well, the Hammer's going to swing back the other way now with Italiano picking off the Tier 2 mid lane. Without Aegis, is probably not going to think about going high ground. We'll go ahead and learn lessons from the enemies and not have to learn them themselves. It looks like Tier 2's currently on the menu for 5RATFORCESTAFF as they have their eyes peeled for this Tier 2 top.
I wonder if ForceStaff needs to change their strategy. If these rats need to change their strategy at all, or if they just need to keep ramming their heads against the Sniper and hope they eventually have enough damage that they can deal with him in DP. Because like last team fight, it was okay, but look, they're all just building more damage. Nico with a Dagon, Legion, obviously just Legion. She's building Daedalus. I haven't seen this in a while.
Maybe you know, taking a key from Rezo's off-lane book, right? Just being, I'm the carry now for Tingle King. He did this last game as well, right? On the Pango, or game 1.
Yep. Which is referred to when we saw Rezo play Tide and went for Daedalus.
I mean, even still, sometimes Rezo would just kind of decide to build.
No, well, that game was very forced because at one point he's like, you know what? He was stealing farm from his carry. He was going to the same camp as his carry and taking that farm. So, yeah. Yeah, you know what? It's fine. Like, they just need more damage. The faster they burst Sniper, the easier they can start fighting the rest of the team, right? And that seems to be their goal. And because I like this build as well, because Soji build was tank, right? And now with Aeon Disc, it's heavy commitment. When you have BKB and Shivas, you're somewhere between utility and tank. If you work for Octarine Core, for example, or even Refresher, you actually might be somewhere in between, and you might be able to deal more damage. But with Aeon Disc, that's one full item that if they don't hit you, is not that useful. So all they need to do is pretty much ignore you in the beginning. In fact, they can even hit you to prevent some damage from you in the beginning, and then proceed to finish off the sniper.
It's a DD.
Right? Like,
it's a DD.
there's a lot of options.
Sniper has a Daedalus. Soldier's going to go ahead and bottle it up. Make that Quap has taken the 25 talent of -2 second blink cooldown. Did not go for that 18 second spell block. Solji pretty strong. DD rune. Spell Prism is super nice as well on these charge-based heroes. Pardon me. 4 charges the Spirit Siphon. Those are all going to recharge a bit faster now. And yeah, Tingle, he's really committing for this Daedalus. Okay, I love it. Right now, though, both teams just content to farm up their tier 4s. Any really major ones yet? Flicker is pretty nice for TA.
There was Spell Prism for 5RATFORCESTAFF.
Yeah, Spell Prism as well for Felt. I already called that one. Penta Edge Sword for Sniper.
That's actually pretty good.
You can still maim,
I mean, he's not,
right? Yeah, you still maim on the
yeah,
range.
the maim is pretty great. Yeah. I don't think the attack range is needed on Sniper anyway, so you're good.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's true. I wasn't sure if you could only maim on melee for some reason.
Melee heroes.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, right? How does a bullet maim you? A bullet just kills you. There's no.
Well, I mean,
no
a bullet can maim you, though. I mean, that is true, to be quite honest.
Yeah, but that's dependent on where Sniper aims, right? Like, if a bullet has spikes, it does not maim you more or less. It's just, if it aims at your legs, you're maimed with the bullet.
If a bullet has spikes.
Well, that's what maim does, right? It's like the Penta is short, has like a lot of edges, so it has spikes, right? So that's why it maims you, because as soon as you take the sword out, after, impaling someone with it, it leaves like the maim. That's it. That's how the logic works. I'm pretty sure.
To maim is to wound or injure a part of the body that is permanent, so that the part is permanently damaged. Well, bullets can.
Yeah. So when you have like spikes on a blade, right, or like any sort of like pointy stuff on a blade, right? As you take it out, it leaves a
you just don't know guns. We're an NA baby. Sniper's got these hollow points equipped when he's got.
Yeah, but just murders. That's just murder. There's no, there's no maiming involved.
It's maim. Trust me.
Look, he has a ninja gear now, so it's out of the question. He's not gonna maim anyone. He's just gonna smoke his pipe and kill people.
There he goes. Nico, it's got the entire team behind him, backing him up in the enemy triangle, holding a defensive position. Both teams pulling around this Roche window. Wake me up on permanent Roche duty. He also has Ag Scepter, so Weaver time lapse on allies ready to go. It's going to be a long Roche. Of course, the teams don't know that, but 2 minutes, but it could be up any second to these teams' knowledge, to their best knowledge anyway.
I think that the Ags, at this point in the game, might actually be even more relevant, right? Especially when Sniper gets Satanic, because he actually will have enough tank to survive. And since the enemy team has committed so hard into damage, if you save him, it's a big deal now, right? I would have still liked the Lincolns over Lotus, but I still think it's fine.
Yeah, I think if you change that, I'm in love with this Weaver build as well. Again, the only issue I see is that it's not going to pull you out of duel, because nothing can dispel duel. The only thing that'll dispel duel is if you increase the range to something a little bit ridiculous. But most likely, again, because it's Sniper, that's just not going to happen here. So the duel is probably still going to continue, which means you're still muted, you're still silenced. So maybe he does not get to activate any of his items here. Namely BKB. There's the jump.
Yep, it's just B-God. They can't continue this though. Comfort. Oh, Tingle King just walks forward. What? Tingle King? He's been rooted. The Overgrowth stopped him, and now Comfort is just hitting him.
Yeah.
Tingle King is surviving a fair amount, but will eventually die.
Great play.
That was a very hasty play.
Solji was just cutting off reinforcements there, forced back Nico, forcing back everyone here basically, and even looking for more, as there's going to be the Shiva slow silence as well. Does nick Nico. Solji's a bit far from the rest of his team though. There's the buyback at least out from Tingle King, as one Bramble will find Solji. Solji holding his position here on the high ground. Roche is going to be up in 35 seconds. By that point, there's going to be no Exo and still no Overgrowth. It's a buyback committed, though. Solji up to 25, has taken the Spirit Siphon replenish time. Oh, I hear a duel. Drums. The drummer in the mid lane.
Yep, they got Zor. But Solji's still around. Zor just bought back immediately. And once you lose the duel, the chances to kill a sniper are reduced significantly, especially with the Weaver Axe now being operational. As you mentioned, duel is the real way to deal with a sniper.
Yep.
I want to say, by the way, I'm surprised Tingle King going for the Daedalus build has not gone for Blade Mail, because I feel like Blade Mail might have just been better to kill the sniper.
Did he not have a Blade Mail earlier this game? I'm like 55. You know what? I have the technology to check here using replays. I'm pretty sure he had a Blade Mail earlier.
Wait, right, he doesn't have it now. That's why I'm questioning.
Yeah.
You maybe doubt it, but
No. He does not.
I
have
noticed
one now.
now.
Yeah, he doesn't have one now. Okay, goodbye. Wake me up. No, he's still alive. Oh my goodness, he even lived through the sonic wave there. Terrorized, however, he's going to catch him. Zor activates the BKB. Nico being held down, but he blinks forward aggressively. There's the duel. They have managed to find the sniper, but he's got Satanic active. He's tanking through this one. He even managed to tank through Italiano as well. Italiano, though, turning and fighting Comfort. His BKB still active, winning both fights. And there's the tip out from Solji. I don't believe what I've just seen here, Abo. Zor as well is going to be time-lapsed back to full HP. He gets the kill onto the Willow. And Felt have just put themselves in a prime position to upset 5RATFORCESTAFF.
Comfort might be Russian, but he's living in Texas because he just stood his ground there. Wow. What a satanic activation. That was so clutch. I can't believe he lived through 2 of the biggest damage dealers in 5RATFORCESTAFF's. Just honestly, they were constantly attacking him.
Yeah.
What did they... Okay, they gave him cheese.
Look at this.
It was Refresher this time. Okay, Refresher for the Death Prophet. That's cute.
When you have to play the drums, but you get to play Satanic Beat.
Right, exactly. Yeah. On point. Comfort. Well done. That was really clutch, and especially I like the 5RATFORCESTAFF play though, because they saw the axe being, or the time lapse being wasted. Well, not wasted, but to say the Weaver,
Yes,
right?
used. Yeah.
And yeah, used. That's the word. And they thought, oh, the sniper's free now. Let's go. And Tingle King has had this whole game kind of he's overzealous, right? He really wants to kill a sniper. I think Felt knew this, and so that activation by Satanic was really good. Yeah, you can't really tell, right? Because Sniper is attacking from the racks. There's a second exorcism, so he's pretty comfortable. He actually ate the cheese there. Okay. Just for the mana. Interesting. He's not going to refresh just yet. That exo's strong enough. And they're dealing with a TA relatively easily. Italiano's down. Goodbye.
I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that's the game.
He's not going to die. Yeah, you're right.
How can they defend?
Just one last fight.
No.
Comfort.
That's it.
He's ignoring the Queen of Pain. He has Aegis. He's fine. He has Satanic anyway. He's going to be able to win this game. What a performance, Felt.
Wow.
Honestly.
Wow, they definitely got better.